Welcome to New Fragrance Review. Today we're going to try Prada Luna Rossa Ocean. So this is the lastest fragrance from Luna Rossa. I only got a sample. It's a nice plastic sample that comes with a little box with stuff to read in it, which is perfect as I like them. And here's what it looks like. The box, if I'm not wrong, looks a lot like this also. There's a picture of what the bottle looks like. And at the back is just some info. And there's a little text inside of it that says, "A sophisticated freshness reinvented in a blend of vibrant bergamot and elegant iris accord, magnified by a sensual vetiver." So let's try to smell. So when I smell it on paper, reminds me nothing specifically, but it's a clean, a bit sweet fragrance. It's kind of a mass appealing fragrance for someone in his late 20s. Picking up some lavender, which is weird because it's not the first note that comes in my mind when I smell it on my skin. Picking up a little bit of bergamot. It's really soft on paper. It's present, but the sweetness and the lavender is more present. Picking up some Artemisia that I'm not picking up on my skin. And I'm picking up a little bit of sage that I'm also not picking up on my skin. This fragrance is extremely different on paper than on my skin. Usually it happens that there's some difference, but that it's really two different worlds it's really rare. I'm also picking up a bit of pink pepper and a bit of saffron that are also not present on my skin. So on my skin, what I'm picking up, it's a really aquatic fragrance on my skin. It smells a lot like Dylan Blue, the opening. There's no aquatic note disclosed, but it has the same kind of aroma chemical that there's in Dylan Blue. I wouldn't call it like identical, but I would say that it reminds me a lot of it. And the note in the opening that's the most present is bergamot, and that distinguishes a lot of Dylan Blue. Then as it dries down, lavender get more present, and it's at that point that really I smell the heart of the fragrance. At that point, I'm also picking up a little bit of suede, not much, just a little bit, and I'm still picking up some earthiness from patchouli. I'm not really picking up any specific patchouli that's the typical patchouli note, but for the rest of the fragrance, then I'm picking up the effect of patchouli in the fragrance. As it keeps drying down, then it becomes more of a musk fragrance. It's the most dominant note, and it's musk with the influence of patchouli, and there's a little bit of caramel into it. I would say that there's most likely some aroma chemical in this that is reminiscent of amber, and I know amber smell a lot of caramel sometimes. So I would assume that there's some aroma chemical that are usually used in amber that give that caramel smell with the musk that's really present in the dry down. And as it keeps drying down, eventually the vetiver appear in the fragrance. In the farther dry down, there's only the note of vetiver, but it's clean vetiver. It's not a grassy vetiver or anything, and it's not a natural vetiver neither. It's some aroma chemical that smells vetiver that's there more in the dry down. For the projection of this fragrance, it's average, a little bubble around me, were able to smell me. Longevity though was really great. It lasted more than 12 hours. It was like 13 hours, maybe 14 hours that it lasted at its best, but all the time over 12 hours, so it's really nice. I mean, if you're looking for a fragrance that lasts a whole day, it's really nice. For the complete note breakdown, top notes is bergamot, artemisia, and pink pepper. Heart notes are lavender, iris, suede, sage, and saffron. And the base notes are musk, vetiver, patchouli, and caramel. Before I go with where I would see this fragrance, I want to speak about fragrance that it reminds me of, and namely it's Dylan Blue and Aquatic. I would say it reminds me more of Dylan Blue on especially the way it transforms itself through the day. And if you know about my liking of aquatic fragrance, you know that Dylan Blue is a fragrance I really dislike, and Aquatic is one that I really love, even though they are extremely similar. And I would say that Atlantic is not quite close to Prada Ocean. The opening a little bit, but Aquatic is a strong aquatic fragrance through the whole life. Dylan Blue is more of an aquatic that turns into some kind of Sauvage-esque fragrance. I would say that Luna Rossa Ocean turns out into something better than just some like Sauvage style fragrance. It turns into its own thing. The opening, I would say it's more interesting than Dylan Blue, though this is purely taste that I prefer bergamot than grapefruit, but I would say it's better, and also production is pretty much the same, but longevity is way better on Luna Rossa Ocean, and I know for a lot of people that will be a big thing. Personally, I would say that if you have to choose between Dylan Blue and Prada Ocean on the scent alone, I would go with Prada Luna Rossa Ocean, and I would say it's more interesting. The way it turns out, the way it evolves, it's way better. If Dylan Blue feels like some kind of Frankenstein monster kind of a fragrance for me, but this one for me it's more of a story that it's telling me. I mean, not another story like Dylan Blue. So I think it's nice. I've smelled so many of the Luna Rossa that I might do a top something Luna Rossa or rank them or something like that. But anyway, this is good. If you like aquatic fragrance, if you like Dylan Blue, you should definitely check this one out. Where I would see this fragrance? It's not quite of a business fragrance. If you enjoy aquatic fragrance, you can make it work. It's more of a clean, fresh, nice fragrance, a bit casual, office friendly, but there's nothing bold or nothing elegant into it. It's just nice. With the business fragrance, you want something that give you a bit of power or a bit of class, and the class is a bit there, but not full. I would say you can make it work, but it's not that kind of fragrance. As a dating fragrance, I would say that it could work. It's also the kind of fragrance that people will enjoy and everything, but I don't think it will be its best place, and it will be not one of the best fragrance for that. It's a versatile fragrance. You can make it work for everything, but it doesn't mean it's going to be amazing at everything. In the summer winter spectrum, I would say that it's more in the middle, but maybe more in summer, but it's in the middle. I would say more summer because projection won't be too crazy in summer. It will be good. And aquatic fragrance for me are more summery than wintry. And in winter, people might be able to smell it, but it's not gonna cut like easily through the cold. And as an everyday fragrance, I think it's the best place it has. For me, it's a great everyday fragrance. It has the freshness, the cleanness that all those fragrances have, but it doesn't have like some soap, like boring cheap soaps kind of smell like a lot of fragrance of that style have, or it doesn't have like a boring like every other fragrance, even though I say that it smells a lot like Dylan Blue, and I see a lot of people comparing it to other blue fragrance. Personally, I would say that it's nice, it's still interesting the way they made it, it's really great. And if I would put a list right now today of the best fragrance, like best everyday fragrance, it will be on the list. Really good. So I hope you enjoyed the video. If it's the case, well, like and share. If you tried this fragrance, tell me what you think about it. Also, if you tried many Prada Luna Rossa Ocean, or in the ocean, I mean any other Luna Rossa, tell me which one you prefer. And I reviewed all of them except for black, I think. So write in the comment, do you think that I should find a way to get a decant or something from Luna Rossa Black and see if it's good or not? So thanks for watching and see you soon.